So, I'm the project manager for the arsenic project, and we're trying to build a clean water initiative. And so right now we're into arsenic because 150 million people in Bangladesh is suffering, and that's a whole lot of people. And when I first came over to the country, that was 4 years ago, I'm from the Philippines, and this is just so new to me. US is so, I guess, in my term, it will be exotic because it's clean, everything you want, everything you ask for is available. There's no need for you to go walk for miles like I did when I was a child, that I have to quit school, especially during typhoon season right now, which Philippines is hammered one after another by super typhoon. And so we have school, forget about it. You have to walk for miles to bring a bucket of water for the family. And that's how, when I mentioned earlier, when I was looking for an organization, a nonprofit to help, this touches me right away because I knew how hard it was. I hated it. Hated it. And the fact that I told my grandmom, I'm not going to do it, but you're not going to. In family, all the children have their own tasks, all the elders have their own tasks, everyone, because they have to find food, and the children has to just go to this area, fountain, well, and then fetch some water. And then so I thought, okay, this is the time for me to give back. How can I do that? I'm not working right now, so why not do something? And so I'm not a chemist. I'm not a certified project manager, but I work in business operations, so I know how project works. I know how to process or implement processes and create process around it. I'm a process person. And so it works well because the project is just taking shape. And so W3H1, it's not a new element in the periodic table, just to be sure. It's not, it's a creation of BAMM. It's just the way that I can remember how to go about with the presentation tonight. So don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't even associate it with anything. I just have it as W3H1, so it's going to be a little interesting. Okay, so first of the W is what? What is the project about? It's really very frightening to think that 150 million, and this is how arsenicosis is going to affect you. Imagine your child, your loved one, suffering, and I can't even close my eyes and think about my nieces and nephew going through this. And this is the effect of having arsenic in your drinking water. Water is the only thing that you can have to survive. If no food, nothing, have at least water. If you don't even have that, then forget about it. And so we have a lot right now. There's a lot of nonprofit organization who's dealing about providing bottled water, or dealing about taking care of the pathogens in water, just delivering clean water. There's just few organizations who deals about removing arsenic from drinking water. And you can have clean bottled water, but if you're all the way up in mountains and the only thing you have is a ground well or surface water, then you're out of luck. And in Himalayas, for example, arsenic is a natural occurring element. And so there's really nothing you can do about it. You cannot kill it, you cannot remove it. All you can do is remove it from the water and store it somewhere else reasonably, and make sure that it doesn't leak and contaminate the water again. And so what happens is, if you're exposed to arsenic, it has no color, no smell. It's just, you think that this clear drinking water is clean, but it just so happened it is not. And this issue of arsenic contamination came from, as Diego mentioned earlier, it was from good intentions. And deep water wells were dug in Bangladesh, for example, and by UN, and because there's no water, and the easiest thing is to dig a well, and no water testing was done, and so it was only later found out that the water is contaminated, and it was after all this had been exposed. And so once they have that, they see, okay, now it's time, what's the cause of it, and then testing. And so a part of the project that we're working right now is go directly, hit the ground running, so to speak, and do our best, do our share to remove arsenic from water. And as we grow, we're going to hopefully be able to do our share or our part in testing water.